What I really see in Dubai right now, I see the more flexible payment plans. I've talked to the brokers there, some of the builders, and it's an amazing opportunity, I think. So let me go over one of the most flexible payment plans that I have seen. In Dubai right now, you can purchase a property, and when you purchase the property, you would pay 5% down for the transaction on the front end. And in 30 days, you would pay 20% of the purchase price. Just to start out, you need 30% of the purchase price to have your property started. And in Dubai, these are new constructions. About 30% of the price, you can get started at Dubai. And another thing is these constructions take about 2 years. You would pay 1% of your remaining amount for 24 months. Once you're done with that 1%, you have paid 50% of the value once it is ready to be lived in. And what happens is once you get to that point, you pay what is called the handover amount. Usually that's another 20%. Now, if you are able to do that, right, you spread this over 2 years and you've been able to pay about 70% of the value. Now you have only about 30% remaining on your property. That 30% you can pay off over time. But now that 30% you can rent out your property and that can pay for the remainder. That's a very flexible opportunity, and I think it's something that we are starting to see in Dubai, where they're willing to do these very flexible payment plans. I've seen it happen already, but now there are little pockets where you can enter into a property in Dubai for a 150,000 USD or 250,000 USD. For example, if you take a $150,000 property at handover, you would have paid off $75,000, 50%, right? And once you complete handover, you would have paid 100. Let me see how much it is. Probably about 120,000 of that 175, and the remainder can be paid through the rents. I really think this is very lucrative when you compare it with the same thing you can get in US. Most comparable thing in US is a subject to or a seller financing that you can get, but those have interest rates attached to it. This is zero interest. And another thing, when you talk about the big difference, the big difference in Dubai is no taxes. So this property has no yearly taxes, right? There's no insurance requirements. A lot of the times the builders, in order to maintain their reputation in Dubai, if there's any major damages, these are apartments that are in big buildings. So the owners of the property, the common areas, or if there's a big storm, they will usually fix those large breaks like a condominium unit. And you do pay a sort of a HOA fee. It's an amenity fee. But remember, Dubai has a lot of amenities, barbecues, pools, gyms, all for free for the tenants. And you would pay for a property of, let's say, 400 square feet, you would pay $1,000 per year for all those amenities. Amazing opportunity in Dubai if for an investor. Just the tax savings alone, when you look at US, you're going to pay about $1,000 per $100,000 of value, right? So in the US, even though your property is increasing in value, your insurance, when your property value increases, your insurance price increases. And insurance is a requirement in US if you hold a mortgage. And also your taxes increase. Some people are paying $5,000, $10,000 tax bills, and on top of that, insurance could be anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000 worth of insurance. You're paying $15,000, which you would save every year in Dubai. And Dubai the price appreciation is even at the same level as many of the best cities in the world, if not more. And I know that we look at Dubai as a foreign product, but everything, you have to spend the time, get comfortable. There's so many more advantages, such as gaining residency. When you get residency, you even get more benefits. And also, once you get the golden passport, you get your residency, you have a property that you've stepped into slowly over the course of 3 years. And now you can even, if people wanted to, they could leverage that property, meaning you could take loans out of that property, which is being paid by rent, and then use it for the next property. I really think it's a very advantageous situation that's happening now. And really, it's an opportunity for people to take advantage and take that first step into Dubai and really see what it's all about.